Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Chicago Karl. I'm Chicago Karl, and today we are bringing you our March Madness Day 5 preview picks and predictions. Today we have the West and East brackets playing in their round of 32 games today. And we're going to be giving you our thoughts on what we think is going to transpire of these matchups. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe before we start, though. Make sure to drop a comment down below telling me what you think of the tournament so far and what you think is going to happen today. You can make sure to check us out on Instagram at chicagocarl.yt. You can be sure to check us out on Twitter at chicagocarl. Without further ado, enjoy our picks. Today, first game, we have the Iowa Hawkeyes taking on the Oregon Ducks. This should come as a surprise to nobody. We're taking Iowa. Iowa is the second seed. In my opinion, they are far and away better than the Ducks this year. They have Luka Garza. They have an unlimited amount of shooters that they can pull from their starting lineup and from the bench. They sliced their way through Grand Canyon. They're going to do the same thing against Oregon, in my opinion, just slaughtering West Coast competition. And I think we're going to see an Iowa dance to the Sweet 16. They're going to advance pretty quickly, and there's not much more I really have to say about this game. It shouldn't be that eventful. After this, we have Gonzaga taking on Oklahoma, and this should also come as a surprise to nobody. We're taking Gonzaga. So just to go over this, Gonzaga, the number one team in the tournament, the only undefeated team remaining in college basketball, still. Oklahoma, on the other hand, coming off of a win where they barely etched out Mizzou. I believe they won that game 72-68, and for that reason, I'm taking a Gonzaga win. I think Oklahoma is probably the worst Oklahoma team still in this tournament. I think, honestly, Oral Roberts is playing better than them as of late. Oklahoma 16-10 going into this game. After this, they're going to be 16-11. I'm taking Gonzaga to move on to the Sweet 16. After that, we have the upset game of the day, Abilene Christian and UCLA, two teams who have sliced through opponents better than them. Abilene Christian obviously taking down Shaka's Texas Longhorns. They won that game in astounding fashion, and I hope their bench lands on ESPN again tonight. It's just so fun to watch them. But after that, UCLA obviously coming off of their their day one win against Michigan State in the play-in game. UCLA is also fresh off of a win against the BYU Cougars in a game where they were picked to lose. But I think the Bruins stay alive. I think the Bruins move on pretty easily to the Sweet 16. They're going to go dancing, and I think that the Pac-12 has been looking great. I don't see a reason for them to stop looking great. I just don't see it. I think Pac-12 lives to see another day. After this, we have the Creighton Blue Jays, coached by Coach McDermott, taking on the Ohio Bobcats with Justin Preston. I know it might be popular to take Ohio in this game, but I don't see it. I just don't see how a team in Ohio that barely could compete with the rest of the MAC is going to legitimately defeat a team like Creighton, who played with the best of the Big East. I think Creighton is a 5 seed for a reason. I think they're legitimately a bit underseeded. They're fresh off of a pretty close win against UCSB, but I think UCSB was criminally underseeded. I think Creighton gets the win against Ohio. I don't think this game is really going to be that close, and I think Creighton punches their way to another dance, another Sweet 16. After this, we have in the East bracket, we have LSU taking on Michigan. Obviously, LSU is fresh off of their win against St. Bonaventure. Michigan is fresh off of their huge win against Texas Southern. Michigan coming into this game, they're 21-4. LSU 19-9. Michigan of the Big Ten, LSU of the SEC. I think Michigan's taking this game without a doubt. I think Michigan's the second best Big Ten team left in this tournament. I think Iowa's probably still a better team, and I think in a head-to-head matchup, Iowa takes the win over Michigan, but I'm taking Michigan for this game. Michigan's going to go to the Sweet 16 in our opinion. After this, we have a game that will be exciting to watch. We have the red-hot Colorado Buffaloes, fresh off of a huge win against Patrick Ewing's Georgetown Hoyas taking on the Florida State Seminoles, fresh off of a very underrated win against UNC Greensboro, a game in which I thought they should have been beating UNCG by way more than they were. Regardless, though, I'm taking a Colorado win. Colorado is, in my opinion, a little underseeded, okay? They have McKinley Wright. They have Jabari Walker, who was lights out in their win over Georgetown. They have other guards who I think will pave the way for a Buffalo win. And I think Buffalo's live to see another day. They're going to face Michigan in the Sweet 16. After that, at 7:45, we have the Maryland Terrapins taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm taking Alabama. I'm sorry, I'm doing it. I see in no way do I see Maryland taking this win. Maryland was a team that got past UConn. Their lucky book night had an off night. I don't think Maryland's that good of a team. I think they're towards the bottom of the Big Ten, and the Big Ten has performed horribly this tournament. They're 17-13 going into this game, barely over 500, and I think Alabama scrapes by with a W. Alabama will go on to face UCLA, if our predictions are correct, in the Sweet 16 on Wednesday. After that, we have a CBS matchup for the ages. We have the Trojans of USC coming in, taking a game against the Kansas University Jayhawks. KU has had an up and down season. Obviously, they started off hot, got a little bit worse, but I think Kansas sticks with it. I think they deserve a Sweet 16 bid, and I think that's where they're going to end up. So you heard it here first, folks. To recap, we have Gonzaga moving on, Creighton moving on, Kansas moving on, Iowa moving on, Michigan moving on, Colorado moving on, UCLA moving on, and Alabama moving on. Drop a comment down below telling us what you think of our predictions. Leave a like and subscribe for future March Madness content. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at chicagocarl.yt. Check us out on Twitter at chicagocarl. Have a nice day. Continue to tune in to future videos and continue to watch the rest of the tournament. Thank you.